Fun fact, I was gonna make a video about Moana 2, but then I said, fuck that, I want to have fun. Man, what a joyous time to be alive. Video game movies, something that's gone from being one of the worst things ever to happen to cinema to one of the greatest. Mostly. For a long time, people have grown tired of these cash grabs, mostly due to their inability to resemble the fucking game, or their general lack of giving a shitness, with a few exceptions here and there like Mortal Kombat and anime. But as time went on, there would be one film that would finally take video game movies into the step of the right direction. And that film was Angry Birds. Man, fuck that. Did you see how low of a score they gave The Road to El Dorado? Or Goofy Movie? What the audiences say. Okay. I'm not shitting you when I say this was the point in time where the video game movies started to get good. Even if this came out the same year as Ratchet and Clank, Warcraft, or Silent Hill. Instead of trying to make it all dark and edgy, this one not only stays true to the source material, but elevates on it, and in a way that isn't a complete snooze fest. Even the sequel from 2019, despite having nothing to do with Angry Birds, ended up being one of the most well-regarded video game movies ever. Why does no one talk about these films? Is it because they're animated? Bullshit. Detective Pikachu would also release in 2019, arguably one of the most famous examples on how to do a live-action adaptation right. Things were kinda looking up for video game movies in 2019. And then this happened.
Ah, Sonic! It's Sonic! It's Sonic! Oh!
We all know the story on how ridiculously weird they decided to make Sonic. It's kind of iconic at this point. Apparently this was done to make him not look out of place in the real world. Like he wasn't a giant blue talking hedgehog that wears sneakers and has the powers of Quicksilver. People spent months on animating this and not one of them thought this would be a problem. Yada yada yada, Sonic fans held Paramount at a gunpoint. Movie got delayed, Sonic ended up looking like Sonic now. Movie was awesome. If you look past the fact that it's just a film with Sonic in it, it's such a vibe of movie. I didn't need to see any of Sonic's friends in this movie because this is his origin story. And it knows the core characters of that very first game was Sonic and Robotnik. It didn't need to throw everything at you. It actually took its time to build a proper cinematic universe. Which is why it made perfect sense why Tails would be introduced for the sequel, which by the way also really slaps. Despite Angry Birds still being peak in my eyes, it was Sonic that gained more people's confidence in video game adaptations. Which is why we're getting so many more of these, like oh good lord. And then you got the Mario movie, coming in hot for being one of the highest grossing animated movies of all time, as well as the highest grossing video game movie ever. Of course, the one studio that knows how to advertise is the people behind fucking Lorax. This film had a lot of missed potential, admittedly, like how my boy Yoshi wasn't good enough for this film, but they brought in Illuma. Despite its flaws, it's still a fun time and a perfect love letter to the games. And FNAF was another movie that happened. Anyways, time to talk about the main thing we're all here for, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And holy shit, this movie made my heart go. I know this shouldn't be a high bar to cross, but judging by how many video game adaptations have shown signs of improvement, I'm perfectly cool with saying this is the greatest video game movie of all time that's based on a real video game. I mean, it has the charm and storytelling of the previous movies, the faithfulness of the Mario movie or Detective Pikachu, the comedy of the Angry Birds movies, if that makes any sense. It has stone, this movie has it all. Even the music was awesome. Most people agree that the music in the previous movies were kinda mid, which is not something you want for a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I think Sonic 2 at one point stole music from Ant-Man, but here, Tom, whatever the fuck his last name is, cooked big time. Really, the only problem I have with it is some of the pacing, which is a consistent issue most movies seem to have now. It wasn't Mario movie levels, but it was the closest thing to something bad I can say about the movie. The movie starts with Shadow breaking out of the gun prison Tai Lung style, and it's up for Team Sonic, or team, to take him down. Unfortunately, but fortunately for the movie, they're taken down easily. There's also a subplot about Sonic teaming up with Eggman to see what Shadow's deal is, but then that quickly turns into another plot once Eggman meets his granddaddy, Gerald Robotnik, who abandoned him in the alley as a kitten. Oh wait. Who was kept in prison for 50 years and now is back with a vengeance, similar to Shadow. Unsurprisingly, Shadow stole the show. It's the role John Wick was born to play, saying shit like, revenge guac. His relationship with Maria was so adorable, and holy fuck, I am proud of the Sonic fandom for not cheering at this scene in the theater. We all knew it was coming, but it still got me like a fucking brick. You just want to hug the poor dude near the end of this. Also, Eggman is totally pansexual. I love that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles interact way more than they did in the second one. Tails especially shines here when it's like, because in the last film he was all like, only Sonic the Hedgehog would blah 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 blah. They definitely give you that brothers vibe. Tom and Maddie are cute as always. I was relieved that these two were just Tom and Maddie in disguise. They teased the live action remake of Dogman and Stone is still a Chad. Not to mention the references. Oh my god, the references. They couldn't possibly make this movie without shoving in Live and Learn. But they even played the Sonic level complete music. Oh, that made me so happy. They're playing Sonic music that isn't Green Hill. Praise the Lord. Though I don't know how to feel about the Chows apparently not being real in this universe. Maybe we'll find out in Sonic 4. Oh yeah, right. Okay, if you don't want any spoilers about the ending, turn off this video right now. Or better yet, just turn off this video and watch the movie for yourself right now. Like, go, watch it now. What are you waiting for? Do it. This is spoilers we're talking about. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Get out of here now. Get out if you don't want any spoilers.
No, get out! Get out of here! Get out!
So yeah, Eggman fucking dies. Shadow almost kills Tom, leaving for Sonic to want revenge. Hey, that's kind of like how Shadow is wanting revenge on the people who killed Maria.
You're gonna make it, Maria. I know you are.
They have a big epic battle. They both gain the Chaos Emerald's power. They have a cute little talk on the moon. I can't believe some people don't like Ben Schwartz. He's a great actor. These dudes' character arcs were done so well. Turns out Gerald never gave a shit about Robotnik. He just also wanted revenge on the people who killed Maria. His plan is basically killing himself, as well as ever being on the planet. Sonic and Shadow don't like that, so everyone teams up, including Robotnik, Tails, and Knuckles to stop him. You see Super Sonic and Super Shadow flying around in space while defeating robots and saving the world, and Live and Learn plays, and oh my god, this is my Transformers 1. This is my Transformers 1. But then we get to the scene that truly broke me. Eggman's ship is about to blow up. Sonic is falling to his death. Tails tries to save him, but he's also falling to his death. Shadow and Eggman tried to keep the exploding ship away from Earth. Knuckles saves both Sonic and Tails. Eggman records his final words to the world. Stone seems devastated. Eggman confesses his true feelings about him. Shadow recalling all the memories he had with Maria. The ship exploding and Stone saying goodbye, Doctor. This movie making a fucking Sonic Boom reference. This shit had me crying like a baby. Even while saying all of that, I shed a tear. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Except I'm not a grown man. Team Sonic hugs it out. They reveal Tom is actually okay. They have one final race and movie ends, with the end credits mimicking the Sonic Adventure art style. I mean, it looks like Sonic R, but I appreciate the effort. And that was Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Oh wait, Metal Sonic and Amy show up. Yeah, Amy sure did miss a fucking lot. I'm honestly really curious to see what they could possibly do for Sonic 4. Some might say it could be an adaptation of Sonic CD, where these two characters debuted, but I don't know. Both Eggman are out of the picture. There's no way in hell Amy is getting kidnapped. And wouldn't Metal Sonic be like another Sonic vs. Knuckles, Sonic vs. Shadow type deal? Will Stone even be in it with Eggman gone? I hope he at least teams up with any of the new Sonic characters we'll see in the fourth film. I definitely see Rouge teaming up with this asshole. I forgot to mention her. Oh, and the Olive Garden guy, he dies too. There sure is a lot of death in this movie. Oh, speaking of death, the final scene shows that Shadow is still alive, baby. But not Eggman though. They can't just bring him back to life after a scene like that. Or maybe it will be a time travel thing like in CD, who knows. I'm just so excited to see what Sonic 4 brings to the table. Will she continue to be Sonic's love interest? Will she be treated like the sister of the group? Will she be another Princess Peach from the Mario movie? So far that seems to be the case, but I won't mind that. All I know is this is definitely better than that movie. I am not quiet about my love for this franchise. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't remember which age I was. I think I was like 6. It was my birthday. I got my very first Sonic game for like the DS or something. Me and him immediately became brothers. He had such a huge impact on me that even in the 2019 days, I still didn't mind because I was blown away that we got to get a Sonic the Hedgehog movie at all. And holy shit, how far we've come. It's still funny to me that this year we've gotten the greatest video game movie of all time and the shittiest one. And if you know video game movies, that's kinda saying a lot. This is how you do it, man. This is how you do a proper cinematic universe, not whatever the fuck that was. And unlike something like the Mario movie, this film has a strong enough narrative so that it can be enjoyed by both new fans and established fans. I know this film's release dates are scattered all over the place, but please watch it when you get the chance. 1, because this movie is really amazing, and 2, I'm not letting Disney get away with this unscathed. I'm not saying this is the best movie of the year or anything. There's probably a ton of movies movies this year I didn't bother seeing. Not to mention many movies that fell under the radar that I highly recommend, but I can definitely say it's one of my personal favorites in the year that was mostly filled with crap. Anyways, I can't wait to rewatch this film for the 7th time. In the meantime, while we wait for Sonic 4, let's see what other video game movie could possibly top the masterpiece that was Sonic 3. And maybe Mario 2 has a chance as well. What do you think about all this? Did you like the movie? Did you hate it? Are you mixed on it? Tell me about it in the comments, and please don't fucking suck.
Excuse me, hi, sorry. You can hear him, right? You can hear him.
Pika Pika!
Yeah, Pika Pika Pika, he's adorable.
I am.
It's me. It's that stuff that I put up my nose.